wondering how you been.
So it's apparent I am at HWPO, otherwise known as Hard Work Pays Off, otherwise known as Mat Fraser's venture into programming, coaching, all these things for strength and for CrossFit. It's their 2-year anniversary, so they invited a bunch of people out to make content. But here's the kicker: Matt is a fan of my music, and so he wanted me to perform. So yeah, I'm here to do some music and work out and take video. Get two birds stoned at once, as they say. All right, this has got to be Matt's. This is definitely Matt's office. Dude, this is the craziest thing. We went to University of Vermont at the same time.
Yeah, cool, okay.
I had no idea. He had no idea, but we were in the same class. Not like classes, but like same graduating class, I think.
You don't know what you're doing. So easily influenced by the phone and your new friends. You better tie up your loose ends. Oh yeah. You better tie up your loose ends. Can't be done with your new friends. And I'm tired of excuses.
I walked in the gym and they're playing my music.
Do you copy Houston? Getting high just to get through this. And I'm done feeling stupid, so I'm giving you the blueprint. You better tie up your loose ends. Can't be done with your new friends. And I'm tired of excuses. You better tie up your loose ends. Tie up your loose ends. Loose ends. Tie up your loose ends, baby. Loose ends. You better tie up those loose ends.
There's the man.
Do you do any conditioning these days?
I try because of the open. It's like cramming for a test.
Yeah. When you're studying the night before, it's usually not the best sign.
Before we get into the informational goldmine that Matt is about to deliver, I want to talk about today's video sponsor and the sponsor of this entire trip, and that is Barbell Apparel. This hat right here, this is my custom giraffe hat. You can get it at barbellapparel.com/Telander. Also, the metal tee, no excuses, just improve. But my favorite thing that they have are the training pants and the giraffe t-shirt. They are both top sellers and I love them so much. Thank you so much to Barbell Apparel for sending me on this trip and allowing me to do what I do. Let's continue with the video.
There's a question I've been meaning to ask you. In weightlifting, I knew when I was in shape. So I knew it by workout. So if I could front squat anywhere between 150 and 165 for sets of 3 to 5,
yeah,
I knew I was in rip-roaring shape.
Yeah, you knew like that was your test. Like,
yes.
For me, before,
what was your test for the games?
In CrossFit?
Yes.
Oh,
not weightlifting.
The pre-programmed workout on the C2 rower. So it's 9 rounds, minute 40 on, 20 seconds off.
Okay, and what pace did you have to go?
Fast. So you do 5 rounds, then you have a 2-minute rest, then 4 rounds. but it was always progressing. So it was the biggest thing for me pre-competition. It was a mental test. I knew if I could get through that, and it started when I was in my parents' basement, and it had like pine on the walls, like shiplap, and I would just stare at one knot, and I knew if I could sit there and without having to like convince myself, or it just felt natural, if I could stare at that knot for the entire 20 minutes, I knew I was in a good place. And then I always knew off the numbers what was challenging. So, the first time it's like, all right, let's see, try to hold a sub 141. And then it's like, is it possible to hold a sub 140 average? And then, all right, now can I be getting 500 meters inside that minute 40 window? So you're always trying to progress. Like, if you have to use a different metric, because, going from a 140 to a 140 or a 139, it's a pretty aggressive jump. But it's like, all right, well, 140, when I measure it in watts, is, gives me this X value.
Right.
Let me bump this metric up a little bit, and then I'll jump over to calories, and I'll try to bump that metric up just a hair here, a hair there. And then by the time I come back to my split times at, 140 or 139, it was just enough to bump me up into that next
Gotcha.
one. But I did that, that workout multiple times a year before every competition.
That was like your check. Was there
that was my like mental preparedness check-in.
Was there a CrossFit workout specifically that you felt like, okay, I can't do this right now because I'm not in shape for the games, but now I'm in the shape for the games, I should be able to do this?
40-minute EMOMs. Like I knew that format of workout. I did at least one 40-minute EMOM every week through probably just about my whole career. And so I was so in tune with that time domain, those efforts, the movements I held on those machines. Like, so I could always kind of tell, starting out, it's like, all right, you come back in, you're doing C2 rower, C2 skier, and then like the echo bike or something. You increase, so it's like you're in the beginning of the season, it's like these quick bursts of just like high output, lots of rest. And then once you're getting closer and closer to the season, I'm trying to move that time domain. So it's almost like I'm just working for 40 minutes straight. And then right before the competition, tailor it all back to the sprinty, kind of get that fast reflex.
Okay.
But like a typical middle of the road workout would be 15 cal row, 15 toe to bar, 15 cal echo bike, and then like 5 to 6 D balls with 150 pound D ball.
And all on the minute. Like, so you would, not within the minute, but like you rotate through those stations.
Yeah. So those 4 stations,
dude,
1, 2, 3, 4, and you go through it 10 times. And with those, it's like on the machines, you have to be done sub 40 seconds. Otherwise, like, hey, your effort or your output isn't enough. So it's like, take a minute rest and then make sure you're hitting it under that time domain. So it was just stuff like that. I did it so often, so many times. I did workouts that were too easy. I did EMOMs that were too hard. Like, you have to fuck up to find what's right, and find where those limits are. And so I just became so familiar with that. Like, I knew going into the games or into a competition, like, all right, if I can hold these calories, these reps, and these time domains, I'm better than I was last year. It's about all you can ask for.
That's so interesting.
But like, I repeated workouts all the time for that reason, so I could use it as a measuring stick. So I, like another weightlifting test that I did tailored towards CrossFit was, it started out as 6 back squats on the minute for 6 minutes, and it would started out at 315, and then that slowly progressed to like, all right, let's go for 7 minutes, let's go to 8 minutes, and then as soon as you're at 8 minutes, it's like, all right, let's cut it back down to 6 minutes, but let's do 7 reps on the minute.
Oh wow.
And then build that back up to 8 minutes. And so, by the end of it, and then you can start playing with weight in there as well. And so by the end of it, you're doing like, 6 by 6 or 6 by 8 on the minute at 335. You're just always bumping up the reps a little bit. Now let's bump up the sets a little bit, and let's pull those down, put up the weight a little bit. So it was one of those tests.
I guess what I love about CrossFit is that there's more opportunity, there's more variables.
There's so many
like especially you pointed out, you can on the machine you can change wattage before you can change splits.
You can do the same workout but on a different damper.
Yeah.
And get a totally different stimulus.
So this is what helped me.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not okay, I need to be able to snatch this. I need to be able to clean and jerk this. I need to be able to power clean this. No. I need to be able to do 5 sets of 3 at this to then know that I'll be comfortable potentially getting what I want to get. It's the idea of having a goal workout, a goal, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so like
a goal hour rather than a goal moment.
If I went into the gym and it, you know, especially like right before the games, last month of training, you're just beat to a pulp. And it's like by the time Sunday rolls around, like you're at the tail end of a week of training, you're about to start a 40-minute EMOM, and you know, like, this is the last thing I'm doing this week. And it's like, you're not operating at 100%. You don't have your full deck of cards. You know, you're tired, you're sore, you're mentally stressed, whatever it is. And so going in, if it was whatever the reps were, it's like, all right, if I were fresh and in competition, I'd be shooting to go unbroken, touch and go as fast as possible. But I'm like, I'm not dealing with that. So I know that's not a realistic expectation. So if I'm going into this workout and my only pat on the back is if I get a PR, well, the odds are I'm going to leave today a failure of just like, I didn't accomplish my goal. And so then it's like, okay, given the circumstances, you know, it's like, come Sunday at the games, I don't care how fit you are. What do you do with your fitness? Do you know how to use it? So if you're not dealing with 100%, do you know how to change your paces? Do you know how to change your set sizes and keep your confidence? It's now, my goal isn't the fastest time. It's like, okay, how disciplined can I stay with breaking up my sets? How close under the rings can I stay? How close to the bar can I stay? How few chalk breaks can I take? So even though I'm not dealing with, 100% of the physical capabilities, I'm working on every other aspect of it. So then when Sunday at the games rolls around and everyone's walking peg-legged because everyone has sore thighs, I'm like, yeah, I know how to deal with these sore thighs. So when the first event has a mile run, yeah, sure, everyone's capable when they're feeling great of sub 5-minute miles. So many times they go out and they try to perform at their best when they're not at their best, and then they implode. And so it's just knowing. So that's where like the 40-minute EMOMs, the repeat workouts, it's like you're hitting them when you feel great. You're hitting them when you feel like shit. You're hitting them at the beginning of the week, the end of the week. So you kind of have that.
Wow.
You have some variables under control, so you can kind of see what is actually affecting this workout. And when I'm feeling like this, how do I adapt and change to get the best results for me right now, not ever.
Dude, that's incredible.
Sorry, I rambled a lot there.
No. That was it. Thank you so much, dude.
That's for real.
Do you copy Houston?